recipes came from Italy. The syrups started in North Beach. Now, 100 years later, Torani continues to expand its flavors and its ideas, and they are all made in the Bay. You've probably seen the colorful bottles, but you might be surprised to hear Torani is a local company.
We're celebrating our 100-year anniversary at Torani, and it's finally our coming out party so that people can know that we're made in the Bay for 100 years.
The Torri family is from San Francisco. They went to visit relatives in Lucca, Italy, and brought back recipes for Torani syrups and started making them by hand in North Beach.
It was a wife and husband team stirring it up, pouring it into the bottles, and then going out and selling it in the neighborhood. Because we were started in North Beach in 1925, it was during Prohibition, and we thought we should have a brand experience that spoke to that time.
So, behind the bookcase is a hidden room, a speakeasy. It's a place to celebrate when employees get married, have a baby, or retire. Along the walls, tributes to the very first customers, still using Torani syrups 100 years later.
There's Molinari's.
Okay.
Customers since 1925.
Wow.
Since when we opened our doors. Cafe Trieste. Customers since they opened their doors in 1956. Victoria Pastry. Love that place.
After Prohibition was repealed, Torani expanded into liqueurs and cordials, but it didn't stop there.
Fast forward 1980s, and a retired coffee industry veteran was in Cafe Trieste, saw Torani behind the counter, asked about it, and bought a few bottles, and stirred up the first flavored lattes.
They struck a deal and began focusing on coffee shops and new flavors.
We even taught Starbucks how to make flavored lattes.
Innovating and staying current helped drive sales, and that meant Torani was bursting at the seams.
In the last 34 years, we've grown on average 20% a year, which means we've doubled in size about every 4 years. And we are continuing on that pathway.
They hired a team to look into the pros and cons of staying in the Bay or leaving. They decided to make the employees the priority.
Here is a zip code map of where our team members live. This is the radius that we're willing to consider. Our goal is 100% retention when we move.
They care about deeply for people. Yes, that's what I love about them.
I'm supposed to be getting close to retire already. And, it's so fun that I have here that I even think about retiring.
Francisco has worked at Torani for almost 23 years. He's one of many employees who have grown with the company.
What you're seeing over here, we have 4 bottling lines. We make about 80,000 cases a day.
That's about 500,000 bottles a day.
When we're starting to make our Torani syrups, we'll assemble the ingredients. We weigh them into kit tanks so we get the concentrated flavor all mixed up and ready to go for the next step of the process. The 2 largest tanks here are sugar. We go through about 500,000 pounds of sugar every single day.
Of course, our classic line has pure cane sugar, which comes from nearby C&H sugar. And then we have sugar-free, we have zero sugar, which is stevia and monk fruit.
There are 160 different syrups at Torani. So how do they come up with all those flavors? Ideas, trends, and food scientists who develop a flavor profile and something called a gold standard tasting.
This is champagne vanilla. Well, what kind of champagne profile, what parts of the champagne are we trying to target? What type of vanilla are we trying to target? And I think people don't realize that you can have all sorts of different flavor profiles.
What's your favorite?
I really like the rose.
Asking about a favorite flavor is like asking about a favorite child. I love all of our flavor children. I love white peach.
We're talking coffee, I gotta go salted caramel. If I'm feeling like Italian soda, it's gonna be a cherry lime for sure.
My favorite flavor is, I can say dragon fruit.
Vanilla. I do it every day. Every morning I come in, get my coffee ready.
Flavor for all, opportunity for all. Flavor, of course, is what we make. It's also what each of us brings.
I love that she was talking about just the flavor that everybody brings and the fact that they cared about their employees as they grew and expanded. So they moved from Little North Beach over to San Leandro to these huge facilities, but they wanted to make sure that they could keep their employees. And they have They have a cafe, like right when you walk in the door. So Frank Malicote, when they come into work, that's why the Francisco said, "Oh, I get my coffee ready every morning." We walked in and they said, "Would you like a latte or a matcha?"
Why don't we need to figure that out?
That's
here.
what I said. I said,
Because
"Can you open one here?"
Our coffee machine's not quite up to snuff. I got news for
Not the same as a barista now.
Yeah, a little French vanilla would be nice on a